Hey there, coaches. We are here on our Hard Chargers Diamond Leader Call, and we thought it would be really powerful to share a lesson with upcoming team leaders that want to learn better leadership. What are the leaders of the Hard Chargers doing as leaders to, help people reach that next level of success in their business? So we're all going to do a little roundtable here and share our best practices, or one of our best practices, so that you can feel confident in some new tips to go out there and lead like a champion, right? So I guess I'll just kick it off with just a simple tip that I use with my team. One of the best things I did as I was creating my little tribe of personally sponsored coaches was I started my own team page, and I had my own group. Team group, not a page, but a group, so that we could stay in contact more often. And with that group, I decided to lead a sneak peek for my team once a month. So it's really kind of hard to share the business opportunity when you first start. You got to warm up and practice sharing the business opportunity. And so it's not always easy for your new coaches to do that. So I stepped in and I said, once a month, I'm going to lead a sneak peek for all my teammates so they can invite everybody on that they want to join the business or join our team. And it kind of took the pressure off of my teammates, gave them an idea and an example to follow, so they could start to practice themselves. Being a leader is also being that role model. So showing up and being that person who is definitely able to talk about the business, what it's for, how it can help others, is just a strategy I use to help my coaches.
Awesome, Anna. Hey, one of the best things that Anna just dropped in there is a thing that you're going to hear probably consistently across from every leader here. You have to role model. As a leader, you cannot go out there and ask your team to do things that you are not doing yourself. So a base principle of leadership is that you always have to role model. So all these practices, the key is that you do them consistently so that your coaches are watching you do this all the time, because otherwise, anything you go say to them, they're just not going to follow, because they're like, well, you don't do that. So role model is a deep principle that you have out there. As you start growing your team, one of the biggest things that's going to come into your life is just time. Because as your team grows, you have more and more people that you got to take care of, more people that you got to serve. So one of the things that almost every leader at some point is just like, what do I do about my time? How do I leverage my time better? So one of the things that I did early on in my business, especially when I started to get 2-star, 5-star and all that stuff, is I created a system for how I coach. So once a month, I create a week where I'm doing the whole downline this way, because we have a big philosophy around here. You leave nobody left behind. So sometimes you're stepping in for other leaders or other coaches that may have brought people on that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I just kind of followed a philosophy like, I will take care of all of our chargers the best that I can. So once to twice a month, I'm leading a large call for the entire downline. So it allows me to be like, those lessons I can scale. Maybe I got 30, 40, 50 people on. Maybe I got 5 people, 10 people. It's better use of your time. So you institute that as part of your leadership practices during the month. Once a month, I do just my PS so that I can connect just with my PS on a group call that allows me to just do private coaching with them, do whatever I got to dig into there. Once a month, I go one-on-one with my PS, where it's just 20-minute like speed dating style coaching, so that I can just kind of dig into their unique one-on-one issues and things like that. So that's helped me leverage my time and manage the mania of having like a superstar diamond business. But you might be just coming up, but I want you to start hearing these practices now, so you institute them now, so that down the road you're not freaking out. Instead, you're like, I've been doing this since like I was an emerald, ruby, diamond, whatever it is, because then you got the best practices built in there. And make sure that you put leadership on your agenda for professional development. That's what you got to be reading. John Maxwell books, freaking Brendan Bouchard books, any books on leaderships that helps you get better and continue, because you didn't fall out of the womb a leader. You didn't wake up a leader. You chose to become a leader, and that means you make it part of your daily practices. So study, role model, create a leverage system for your time, be consistent, and always be taking action. And this business has no stopping for you.
All right. So next, hi everybody, I'm Sasha, just so you know. So what better way to kind of dive in and role model than to completely immerse yourself in the culture. And the way to do that is to attend live events. There's live events all over. There's Super Saturdays, there's the annual Big Summit. And so doing what you can to get to these live events is so incredibly important, because you make those connections with people of like mind, with people already, people new, people who've been in the industry for a while. So it just definitely gives you perspective and that sense of belonging that we all yearn for. I mean, no, you see people on the threads, you see people in the Facebook groups, but it's nothing like meeting people live and knowing them live, connecting live. And if like I'm a group fitness instructor, so yeah, I'll go and attend them, but I'll also volunteer and say, hey, why don't I host? And if you're a group fitness instructor, host a workout afterwards. Super fun, gets people involved. You yourself are getting involved. People are getting to know you. Also, at these Super Saturdays or any of the other live events, a lot of people want to hear your story. You can also volunteer to speak and just kind of step up, baby steps into leadership, sharing your story, and doing kind of what's your jam. So figure out what it is that you thrive at, what you find that you're already good at, and show up, be yourself, and connect with others through live events.
Awesome. Hey guys, this is Paula. Thanks you guys. Those were great tips. So one of the things that I found has been very effective in my leadership with my downline has been sharing with them how I got clarity on certain things. And the reason for that is because when I was more clear about what it is that I would talk about in my coaching programs, my challenge groups, that helped me be more confident in the way that I speak. And so I would access things that I experienced myself and how I share, instead of trying to figure out how to just sell Shakeology or how to just sell the fitness. So one of the practices that I have as a leader when I sit down with my DL or on a group call, we go round table, is I ask them, it always involves the 4 pillars, right? Fitness, nutrition, meal plans, and personal development. So which one brought them in first? I get them clear on putting those in order of how they discovered that success formula. What was the hook that brought them in, that opened the door for being open for the next thing in that of the 4? And then once they do that, they are able to speak on social media and in direct messaging with their potential customers and clients to know what things they should lead with. Because if fitness was the draw for them, then fitness is going to be the draw for their ideal customer. And then they peck away at the other things after that in order. So then they can also create special customized postings that they add to the Vimify postings or the back office postings that bring a little bit more of their specific flavor into it. And that makes them be more connected to the people who are in their programs. And it also positions them more as an expert. But more importantly, what I love about it is once my downline discovered these things and became very clear on that, they felt more authentic when they were speaking on social media, because they could create the posts around those things that they experienced. They felt more confident when they had conversations with these people, and they were more boldly enthusiastic when they talked about it, because they knew they had an answer to help people with, and they knew how to explain how to use these programs to get the success of that. So that would be my tip. Do that for yourself first, and then understand what that process is like, and then do that with your coaches, and that'll help them get clarity.
Hey guys, Kim here, and I have something that's simple but also super impactful, because if you're anything like me, when you first started, you were afraid to be in a group like this. You were afraid to even just get on a live call and sit in the background with your sound out, no picture. I remember so distinctly getting on these calls and being in the car and knowing that my turn was up, that I was going to speak, and I would actually click off. I would click off these Zooms because I was so afraid to speak up in the leadership. But when you start to just speak up, meaning you hear something on a team call, you hear something on the national wake-up call, you hear something within your personal and professional development through reading or audio, share that line. Share that line and share what it was value to you, how it benefited you, because I can almost guarantee 9 times out of 10, it will be of value to someone in the hundreds and thousands of coaches that are in Hard Chargers United. And when I started to get over myself and started to just say, hey, I'm doing the work, aka doing my personal and professional development. I'm doing my workouts. I'm showing up on these team calls. I am going to share my voice. I am going to show that my voice matters, because it's going to show someone else that's also scared to get out there. And that's how you start to really build a foundation, not only for yourself, but for a team that wants to be surrounded by people like you, because you're real, raw, relatable. And that's what we need here. We don't need perfect people, like Vito said, coming out of the womb, because it's impossible. And you're in an environment that is safe, that you can start to really open up in this kind of team.
Hey guys, I'm Kelly Scott, and I want to share with you how I role model challenge groups with my team. So like we spoke about, being a leader is being a role model. You'll probably experience this as you sign on new coaches. It's really scary and kind of intimidating to take on and run your own challenge at first. And I've played with it. I try to meet with my coaches with where they're at. Some coaches are ready to hit the ground running and start their own challenge. I mean, Vimify makes it so easy to run our own challenges, and especially short ones. But what I find has been the most successful for my team is just having them join. If they didn't sign up as a challenger at the beginning, I have them participate as a challenger first to get that experience. Or if they're ready to lead with me, I have them just join my challenge group that I do. I do a lot of team challenges. So there's usually myself and 2 to 3 other leaders on my team that do challenges together, so we can all invite to them. And those new coaches, I'll just say, hey, you know what? Just jump in the challenge group, invite people. So now they're getting comfortable with inviting people and just, getting a few sales under their belt with challenge groups or with Shakeology, and putting them in the group, and then just participating as a participant, but just checking in with their people, like what we do in challenge groups, and commenting and things like that. So they don't have to be so overwhelmed at the beginning with starting their own challenge and doing all the things that it takes to build a challenge group. And I found great success with my team. It also brings this fun team environment, and then they slowly start feeling like they're a leader, where they can follow you along in a challenge group. Sometimes maybe some of your coaches will want to continue doing team challenges. Every once in a while, some people might want to break off and do their own thing. But at the very beginning, it's really important to get them started with feeling comfortable and confident with inviting to a challenge group. So a lot of times that's what you want to focus on first, is have them invite to your team challenge and have them kind of still be a leader in there, but not feel like they have to set up the team challenge. And then they're going to gain their confidence in that first, 21-day challenge that you run, and not feel intimidated and, feel like that they can't take on this role as a new coach and hopefully a potential leader.
Awesome tips, everyone. Hey, my name is Natalie Tanasi, and I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about what I have always done with my coaches that I feel like's really helped. So in the beginning, you've got a small tribe of people that's following you, and you're like, I just got started. You plug them into the trainings, you plug them into the Coach University, but what next, right? And how do you really help them thrive on the journey that they're on? So I always tell my coaches, I'm a runner, and I like to relate this coaching business to like running a marathon. And at each mile marker, there's celebration. And when I go out and run, I'm not trying to be the number one finisher. I'm just trying to finish my own race and my own course. And so I work with my coaches, and I tell them, like, hey, I'm here as your running coach to help you run the pace that you want. I don't want you to go in and start when I go to the lineup at a race, I don't look at the 8-minute milers or the 7.5-minute milers and be like, oh, I suck so bad because I'm not running at their pace. I go and find the 9.5-minute milers, and I'm like, there's my spot. And I'm just as happy to finish that run as anyone else. And so I tell my coaches that, like, you find your pace and what you want, and let's run together at that pace. But once they make those a commitment, so we say, what course do you want? Do you want to be a retail coach? So you want to just start off hosting challenges, referring friends and family, focusing on that. And I give them a game plan. That game plan always looks like Success Club, though. That game plan always looks like matching people with Shakeology and fitness. Do they want to, make it like $500 a month, $1,000 a month? Do they want to pay for their own product? And that will tell you what their pace is. Do they want to be a 6-figure earner? Do they want to be a 7-figure earner? What is their big goal? Do they want to be able to stay home with their kids? That's a big popular conversation with my coaches. And so finding out exactly what they want and then matching the pace that I expect them to run along with that. And so once I know their pace, then I know how I can like basically guide them. But it always looks like hitting Success Club every month and helping new people, whether it's just that they want to pay for their product or that they want to be a 7-figure earner. That's where it starts for coaches, and showing them how that plan sits out, and then taking time and just talking with them every week, taking some of the tips of these game plans that everyone shared and showing them how taking that action and holding them accountable to it and helping them overcome the challenges by spending time with them. So as you become a leader and you bring new people on, it can be really easy to completely lose focus on the other aspect of your business, which is your own retailing, your own bringing new customers in. But you can't get distracted on that. So I would take, like, let's say that you have 2 hours a day to work this business, or 1 hour a day. So if it's 1 hour a day, I would take 45 minutes and work on my own business, or 40 minutes and work on my own challenge groups or my own business. And I'd take another 20 minutes and I'd schedule a one-on-one throughout the week with my new coaches and give 20 minutes here or there. If you have more time, then you can split that up differently. But I would say that, 60-40 to a 70-30 split on your own personal business to your team leader aspect of your business, of guiding your coaches. So you don't get super distracted and just sucked into just working with your new team. You're still also bringing in new people into your team. So those are my biggest tips on some of the things that really help me as a diamond coach.
Hey guys, Jenny D'Agostino here. You're going to get some serenading in the background from my bird. So when I came on, I own a hair salon. So I never imagined in a million years I would be where I'm at today with all of you guys. And I'm so grateful. I want to share with you about never giving up, because you don't know what your future is going to withhold. And my suggestion is to create a life, because you never know what's going to happen to you. So June 8th, 2016, for those of you that don't know, my daughter was bucked off a horse and broke her back, and she's my oldest, and she is now in a wheelchair and she's paralyzed from the chest down. I have not been able to work at my hair salon since then because I am her full-time caregiver now. And I have 3 other boys and a single mom. This business has given me so much strength and support, I can't even begin to tell you. So when you guys think that you can't do something or that you don't have the time to do something, jump into these Zooms, jump into this team, because what they give you, what we can provide for you, is unimaginable. You guys, the world is full of negative people out there. I know. I've been living it. I've been trying to be dragged down and talked about and everything. And what's kept me going is this team right here. These Zooms right here. I started off as the Shakeology queen. I will share that. I will go to the tallest mountain and scream that everybody should be drinking Shakeology. That changed my life. And so that's where I led. I was, it wasn't about the fitness and all that. I'm like, you have to drink this. You have to drink this. And then even at my hair salon. And then that simple shake right there helped me survive along with all of you. So please engage with the team. Please engage in these Zooms. Trust us. Send us messages. We're here for you. This is way better than therapy, man, and you don't have to pay for it. You guys, I'm just telling you, you have no idea what this business can offer you. And I never knew in a million years that this was going to be in my future. Taylor's accident. I truly believe that the universe has our back. Just trust in it. And don't say that you don't have the time, because I truly didn't have the time, but I made the time, and it really saved my life.
Awesome, Jenny. Thanks so much. Hey guys, Vito and Anna back here. First, I just want to say thank you to the leaders for taking the time. We honor you that you came on to share these leadership lessons with the team and help everybody get better. But coaches, you got to look at this as a leadership starter kit. This is just a little starter kit that you can have in your toolbox now to go out there and be better leaders. The thing is, you won't get better if you don't use it, you don't practice it, and you just don't go put it right into action. listen, we want to give you the heads up that leadership is never perfect. At times it's messy. Don't worry about that stuff. Don't worry about if you mess up and things go wrong with the team. Sometimes it happens to all of us. You rely on these tools and coming back into here and engaging with the team and always working on leadership, you'll be fine because you're in this for the long haul. So when things get tough, go back to the clarity of your why. Use that as the thing that compels you forward to keep getting up. So if there's any leadership lesson that we leave you with, it's okay to fall down as long as you get back up and you keep going forward. Because hopefully you know your why and why you're doing this. You will keep getting better the more you engage with us, the more you practice this, the more you invest in yourself and your leadership skills. This was just the starter. We'll see you soon.